if you are finally ready to start your poultry farm, but you are wondering the quantity of feed it will take you to feed 100 birds, then this video is for you. You know, feeding contributes to a larger extent in terms of cost of your poultry farm. So that is why a lot of people care about the quantity of feed their birds is going to consume before they get to maturity. So before we start our calculations, to know the quantity of feed that 100 birds will consume to maturity, then we have to establish something. So if you are raising birds for sale to be profitable as a farmer, the maximum number of weeks you should be considering is about 6 weeks. So for 6 weeks, this is standard reference. One bird will consume about 4 kg of feed to give you a weight of 2.2 kg to 2.5 kg. This has been tested and proven. But then there is a condition, you know, it has to be, the conditions in your farm has to be optimal. So you have to have good spacing. Then the feed has to be high quality feed. The bird should not be suffering from like a lot of disease. So essentially the conditions in your farm has to be okay for you to get something like this. So let's assume we are doing 400 birds. Since one bird consumes 4 kg, how many do you think 100 will now consume? That means 100 birds will consume, for 100 birds they will consume about, you just say 100 multiplied by 4. Since one gave us 4 kg, that means 100 will give us 400 kg of feed. Now, in one bag of feed, you have 25 kg. In one bag of feed, you have 25 kg. You understand? So now, then the total feed you are required to feed 100 birds is 400 kg. So now, how do you get the number of bags in 400 kg? You just say 400 divided by 25. Will give you 16 bags. So it's actually going to take you 16 bags of feed to raise 100 birds to maturity. So it's simple. Let's assume we want to do for 500 birds. It's still the same calculation. But before we do that, if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe, turn on your notification, because every week I post educational videos like this to help especially aspiring farmers and people who are new to the industry, you know, to help them like manage their costs and make profit out of their business. So let's calculate for 500 birds. So it's just I'm just trying to take one more example, or we can do 2 more so that you actually grab the concept. So for one bird is 4 kg. So for how many is it going to be for 500 birds? So you just do the same thing we did before. So you are looking for 500 birds, you're expecting to get more bags of feed. So you just say 500 times 4 kg, because one bird eats 4 kg in 6 weeks. Then in 6 weeks, 500 birds will eat 2,000. 5 times 4, 2,000 kg of feed. And then one bag of feed is 25 kg. So that means we'll just say 2,000, which is total feed they're going to eat, divided by one bag, the size of one bag of feed, which is 25 kg. So it's now going to give you what? So let's calculate that. 2,000 divided by 25 will give you 80 bags of feed. 80 bags of feed. So it's simple. So if you want to do for 50 birds, you see the same. So this place I have 500, just change it to 5. Then this one will give you 200 kg. Then you clean this one still. Then divide by 25, you give you about 8 bags. You understand? So it's simple. So then if you now want to know the cost, you now multiply the number of bags you have gotten by the actual price of that feed at that point. So for instance now, I think optimal starter plus is about 23,000 to 24,000. So if you use 24,000 for instance, that means if I'm raising 100 birds, I will just say, because we got 16 bags for the 100 birds, the total feed they're going to eat for 6 weeks is 16 bags. So I'll just say 16 multiplied by 24,000. What's it going to give me? 16 multiplied by 24,000 will give me 384,000. So 384,000 naira. So that's what's going to cost me in feed for 100 birds. So I hope that is clear to you. And if you enjoyed this video, kindly subscribe to our channel, as we will be posting more educational videos, especially on broiler farming.